living up to expectation as long as there are unregistered medicines on the Ghanaian market. He cautioned the authority not to intimidate pharmaceutical companies in the application of the law.
Assented to on October 9, the Public Health Act 2012, Act 851, mandates the Food and Drugs Authority to promote, safeguard, maintain and protect the health of humans and animals. It has the power to apply the law on any person or company violating the importation and distribution laws. In the case of Tobinco, a pharmaceutical company, versus the FDA, the authority alleged medicines from the pharmaceutical company were fake. Joining the tussle was the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, which condemned unproven and unsubstantiated allegations by the FDA. Article 118, subsection 1 of the Public Health Act forbids a person to exhibit for sale a medicinal product that has not been registered by the authority. At instances where the authority refuses to approve the registration of a drug, the law requires the CEO to inform the applicant in writing within 30 days. However, a person who distributes medicinal products without permission from the authority commits an offense. Article 123, Clause 1 again forbids a person to offer for sale a counterfeit drug. So when does a drug become counterfeit or fake?
Technically, if you ask at the least level, anything which is not registered by a national regulator is fake. But it's a double-edged sword. The regulator's job is that no fake drugs circulate in the market. So if they circulate, it's a slight indictment, in fact, it's an indictment on the regulator. On the other hand, if it circulates and the regulator doesn't know, when they pick it up, they will deal with the one because the one is selling the product to you that the regulator haven't seen. And if they haven't seen, in fairness, you cannot blame them for the quality, the efficacy, and the safety of that drug.
He said Ghana does not need more laws to make its regulatory system work.
Current brouhaha has a lot to do with interpretations and application. So there are questions one may ask. Is this current law being applied fairly and equitably across all pharmaceutical companies, whether local or foreign? I don't think so. Do all the companies on the market currently feel they are being treated the same way? There are big questions. Are we using the best available Ghanaian science and law to enforce the existing law? I don't think so. So really, we have a problem to do. I think the current brouhaha is very unfortunate. We know regulatory authorities across the world, from the FDA in the US to the MHRA in the UK, the EMA in Europe, and others. What they try to do is to seek the best in the public interest.
Professor Dodu cautioned the regulators not to act in a manner that could make a company feel sidelined.
For as long as there are weaknesses in any aspect, people feel that there is favoritism, there is this, and the trouble we have is coming about.
He was of the view that unregistered products in the country are a limitation on the FDA.
For as long as there is even one unregistered product, FDA is not living up to its job. Yes, it's impossible to get 100% right that all products are registered. But can the FDA tell us how many products in this country are not registered? And what are they doing about that? The FDA must do its job and must ensure that its law is applied across board.
Efforts to get the FDA to speak on the issue proved futile.
My colleague Kweku Temeng joins us live to give us an update on the train shuttle services, the level of patronage and the state of our coaches. And information coming in, the Japanese government has given grant totaling $121,880 to the Orthopedic Training Center at Nsawam in the Eastern region. The grant is to support and enable the Orthopedic Training Center manufacture about 3,000 new orthopedic appliances for the rehabilitation of the physically challenged across the country.
Since its establishment, its workshop continues to use the same machinery that was donated to them in the 60s. The purpose of this project is to enable to support the work of the Orthopedic Training Center in the manufacturing of about 3,000 new orthopedic appliances for the rehabilitation of physically challenged across the country.
The co-director of the Orthopedic Training Center, Sister Elizabeth Newman, said the grant will facilitate in the upgrade of equipment at the center and was grateful to the Japanese government for their assistance.
Purchase of the equipment will make our technicians more efficient. As the ambassador said, we will no longer have people waiting to use the scoring machine or other machines that's necessary. And it will also make it possible for us, as we train our new technicians, to train them in the most modern equipment that they have now.
The Japanese Grant Assistance for Grassroots Human Security Project scheme was established in Ghana in 1989. The scheme is to directly assist grassroots level development projects. To date, it has supported a total of 248 projects nationwide.
All right, we go back to my colleague Kweku Temeng. He's standing by to give us an update on the train shuttle services, the level of patronage, and the state of our coaches. All right, other stories coming in. My colleague Daniel Lopoko is standing by. He's speaking to the TUC on the further review of utility tariffs. My colleague Kweku joins us.
Around and you see the people around, you might think it is a marketplace. Of course, we have even okra being sold at the trail line and everything, but that's the picture we want to bring to you this afternoon. It's supposed to be one of our finest means of transport in and around, but yet you can buy wache or everything you can think about in and around the rail line. Kenke, fish and everything. Yeah, you saw rice. Madam is saying, now in the heart of the train station now, Toemo. Okay, so just as a saying, she can even sell rice in and around the trail railway. But let me just quickly come back to the coach itself. These are some of the areas you can travel to. It moves from here in the morning, goes to Tama, moves from Tama Harbour to Asafuachona, and then Nungua, Adegono, Bachona, Shangri-La, Jowulu, Achimota, and the Odo area before it finally settles here. It is supposed to be one of the easiest means of transport into the city and out of the city, but here again it suffers its major challenges. Well, I have the opportunity to speak to a few people very shortly, if you can get me in the studio. Hello sir, thanks for joining us. I'm told you are our PR rep. What's your name, sir?
My name is Abraham Wood.
Abraham, thanks a lot. I mean, I want to find out from you. You have been running this shuttle for some time now. Seeing people crowd around this place like this, is it okay for train transport?
It's not okay. You could see for yourself the dangers involved. When you are running, you have to exercise much restraint. Because you are not careful, you can knock down somebody.
But have you tried speaking to this kayaye, those who sell rice in the middle of the...
We have. All the time you try to educate them as the dangers involved to sell along the rail line, but they will never hit you, whatever you tell them.
Okay. Now, this is one of the major coaches that the Ghana Railway Authority has now. Can you share with us, where would this take you to and out? I mean, the areas with which it goes.
From here, you go to Circle. People normally call it Odona. From there, it goes to Achimota. From Achimota, it passes through Jowulu, then gets to Shangri-La, formerly where our former President Kufuor, stays. Then it moves to through airport, then to Adogono, to Bachona, to Aspochona, to Fishing Harbour, then to Tema, come to one station.
All right, then to Tema Community One Station. It's supposed to be one of the safest and the very fastest mode of transport. But we want to find out. Occasionally we would hear trail derailments. We would hear about accidents on the rail line. People also committing suicide even on the rail lines. I mean, when this comes to the authority, what concerns does it bring to you?
It's a big challenge to us, running a train and all these dangers involved. Recently, the train collided with a tipper truck, if you could remember. And you see, we were told they got spoiled and on the rail line, and the driver just abandoned the car and ran away. And our train coming didn't know, and it ended up colliding with the truck. So you could see, we find it difficult. It's a big challenge to us. People. it hinders the smooth running of the.
Let me come to the good shape of the coach itself. Now, this is supposed to be one of our finest. I don't know the number of years, but I want to find out. Looking at the shape of it, the nature. My camera is pulled a little bit. It has some breaks here and there. Is this as a result of some accidents that it has suffered? So major collisions on the rail line, and that's how come it has suffered like that. Okay, your final words. How would you want us to observe safety anytime we are around the train and the like?
We will plead with our cherished customers and that they should try as much as possible, try and stop, especially those who sell along the rail line and those who live along the rail line. In fact, they should be very careful, because you will never know when there will be an oncoming train.
Okay, I'm told also that there are some school children who will be on the train today. We'll move closer and see if we'll get the opportunity. Of course, TV3 would also be on the shuttle, and we'll be moving to Tema. Intermittently, we'll be giving you all the updates. But right now, what we'll do is to just move in closely and try to get into the train and give you a feel of exactly what happens in the train. So this is the shuttle. I'll move a little bit faster. Please bear with me kindly while we try to get into the shuttle. A lot of noise, I'm sure. This could be the engine room. It should take a lot of passengers right into the heart of Accra. I'm just reminding you that. Okay, I'm just reminding you that people are around. They would sell here and there. Now, Papa, at the saying.
Boko.
Now, other than moton idea what I say, sir.
Okay, and Antima say into me as ye, Well,
so for them, you see, this is a resting place for them. They would always come here and just relax. But this is exactly Ghana's train station. I'm just trying to just move in there, go in there, and then give a feel of, if the camera could follow me a little bit. I'm just trying to move into the train, and then we would give people a feel of exactly what happens inside. So if you're in the studio, just bear with me shortly. We'll just get in and try to find out why people would prefer to use the shuttle services rather than just going on to board a car or something. So just short. Okay. So, if you're on, we are right in the train now. It looks like a very comfortable train, and it's interesting. We have a lot of school children here. Hello, how are you? Well, you heard them very well. They are fine. Their first time they are going to enjoy a ride in a train back to Accra. Let me find out from any of them. Who can I speak to? I'm sure I can speak to you. What's your name?
John Bama.
Is this your first time in a train?
Yes, please.
How do you feel?
I feel like what is going to happen on the way.
Okay, so he feels like what is really going to happen in the train. Well, back to you in the studio. We are coming back and we're giving you more updates.